What's up, guys? I am back, and in today's video is going to be my top 5 spring bass fishing baits. So I have 3 finesse baits and 2 fast action baits. So let's get right into it, starting off with number 5. Okay, guys, so my number 5 is the Shaky Head. I'm going to set this down real quick. So the Shaky Head is a great finesse style bait. I mean, I started off fishing this thing in the middle of summer, and I only fished to the end of September, and I literally caught 15 fish. I think that's pretty good for me. And yeah, it's just great for those finicky bass in the spring. And where I come from, it's not that warm in early spring, so this would be a perfect bait to throw. And yeah, that's basically why I put this in here, just because it catches fish when you need to catch fish. So that's my number 5, and here comes number 4. Alright, guys, so coming in at number 4 is the jerkbait. So the reason why I have this at number 4 is because I'm not that big of a jerkbait guy. I mean, I literally just got into jerkbait fishing like a month ago, and I'm starting to like it. I mean, I really am, because it's just, you throw it out there, and if you have like a suspending one, it is like the easiest thing to catch a fish. I mean, the easiest. This thing suspends a little bit, but not too much, and it's just a pretty cool bait that I like. And the reason why it's small is because my area, for some reason, likes smaller profile baits just all around the year. And yeah, so that's why I have that. And now the reason why I have this in for my spring is, again, it's small, it's low profile, and these bass are going to be like, hey, that's small, I could eat that, that's not too big. And, you know, it's going to get their attention. And I prefer one that rattles. If you don't have one that rattles, it's completely fine, but I prefer one that rattles. And the one that has super sticky sharp hooks, just to get, you know, get a better hookup ratio. And yeah, that's number 4, and here comes number 5. Not 5, 3. Alright, guys, so coming in at number 3 is the jig, or a jig, I should say. Yeah, again, the reason why I have a smaller one here is because of my area, and I just think bass, like, all around, everywhere, just like smaller baits whenever it's warming up. So let me set this down and talk about it a little more. So the reason why I have this in here is, again, sorry, I'm getting over a cold, is, again, small profile, and it gets into those tight crevices that regular baits can't get in. And you know, you don't really have to worry about snagging on anything, because, you know, there's not going to be much to snag on unless a bass is going to come up and eat it. But yeah, just great all around bait. Like any type of year, I mean, any time of year, you could throw a jig and catch a fish, like any time of year. So just a great bait for my number 3 spot, and here comes number 2. Alright, guys, so my number 2 is the Ned rig. And the reason why I have this in here is just because this is my number 1 favorite finesse bait to throw, ever. Like, any time of year, and I just want to catch a fish, I'll throw this on and I'll catch a fish. I mean, it is that reliable, and it's so finesse. Like, these bass just go crazy over it, because you hop it down, and, you know, it stands up like that if you have the right kind of bait, and whenever you hit it, that tail just goes crazy, and it gets those bass going crazy, and it's just a great all-around bait to have. And that's why I have this in my spring kit. And, you know, the funny thing is, I didn't know that this was a bait 3 months ago, and I found out. And so I was like, hey, that's a cool looking bait. So I tied it on and just started throwing it a few months ago, like I think 2. And already since then I've caught 10 fish, and it's just been an awesome bait, and that's why I have that in my number 2 spot. And here comes number 1. Alright, guys, so my number 1 bait is the lipless crankbait. And the reason why I have this in here is because there's seriously unlimited styles of these baits. There's different rattles, sizes, weights, colorways, brands. It's endless, guys, really. And this is why I have this in here. And say, like, you'll be throwing this thing all day long, catch a few fish, and realize that the bite's really going down. So I would prefer getting another lipless crankbait, starting off with relatively like the same colorway, but switch it up a little bit. Like, this thing is a different size, different brand, and the rattle's different. I say that's like a faded rattle. And this one here is like an ear-piercing rattle. Like, it's super loud, and it gets their attention. But like just to switch it up and get them caught, catch them off guard, this is what you would need to do. And even if they're not biting on anything like this, like they could be in like the shad mood or crayfish, whatever. Like I have a shad color right here, a sexy shad, and yeah, it really depends on what kind of mood that they're in. And just throw these baits, and you're really basically guaranteed to fish. And oh, I forgot to say that these things are really surprisingly weedless for their size and treble hooks. It's really cool. And even if you can't catch anything like this, mess them up and throw something completely out of the ordinary, and they'll be like, what the heck is that thing? Why is it in my area? They'll be like, hey, that thing looks new. I'm going to bite it just to get out of my area. And yeah, that's basically the reason why I have this in here, guys. So comment down below if you guys agree with this list. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.